So ask those of you who are leaving to leave quietly, please, so that we can go on. Number 13 are sanitation fees. And here's Anna.
Anna Sanchez with the Community Services Department. As part of the fiscal year 2008-2010 budget process, the staff analyzed the sanitation fees and anticipated expenses over the next 2 years. While preparing this budget, we were able to realize some savings by successfully negotiating a contract to haul our waste to Orange County, which saved about $100,000 annually. We were also able to eliminate 2 vacant positions while being able to maintain the same level of service. This saved about $120,000 annually. However, despite staff's efforts to reduce costs, the funds did not meet cost recovery status. We currently have a fund balance of about $2 million. If we took no action to remedy the operating deficit, the fund balance would be depleted in about 3 years. After that time, to continue services, the city's general fund would need to support this program. As part of the analysis, staff performed a rate survey of the 16 surrounding municipalities, and after that survey was conducted, it was determined that the current Claremont fees for sanitation services are far below the average, with the exception of residential. During the budget workshop on June 12th, staff presented 2 options for council's consideration. Option A discusses the option that we presented with the recommendation from Community Services Department Commission. And this is to raise the commercial refuse rate from $88.91 to $114.10, as well as raising the temporary bin rentals to $85 and raising the temporary roll-off and lowboy rentals to $660. Option B, after the commission's recommendation, staff reconsidered increasing the rates for multifamily to eliminate any projected deficit. The multifamily rates, staff is recommending to increase those to $18.10. What this does is this will bring the overall revenues to exceed expenditures, which will give us a healthy fund balance. And this fund balance will ensure that there will be adequate funding for any capital costs associated with sanitation operations. In addition to the 2 options that are before you tonight, staff is also recommending setting a public hearing to increase the, actually to change the rate structure for the penalty charge on delinquent sanitation accounts. Currently the charge is at $6, and we would like to change that to 10% of the balance. The sanitation fees fall under Proposition 218. Because the Proposition 218 governs the sanitation fees, once council sets the public hearing, staff will be sending out over 10,000 notices to those that will be affected by the sanitation fees. This will be done so that we meet the 45 days requirement for noticing, and what will happen is if council receives a majority written protest regarding these fees, then these fees will not be imposed. So what's before you tonight is that staff recommends the city council choose either option A or B to increase the sanitation service fees, as well as approving amending the late fee penalty for delinquent payments on sanitation service charges, and by setting a public hearing on October 14th, 2008 to review these proposed increases. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions.
you're saying is that no matter what we decide tonight, A or B, or something else, it still needs, it's not a final decision, and it goes to the property owners to return ballots to us protesting
That is correct.
under
Whatever option.
Proposition 218.
Correct. Whatever option the council chooses tonight will determine what information is placed on the notices. After that time, the staff will be sending out the notices to those who are affected, and what we're asking is that the council set the public hearing so that we can start the process.
What is required? Is it a simple majority or a supermajority?
I believe it is a simple majority, but I would ask Ms.
property owners,
Carvalho
it's
to confirm.
a simple
No, it's
majority.
a
Yeah, it's a majority,
protest
yes,
vote.
right.
Now, when you send these notices out, will they contain the information that we are well below the rates of other cities, that we are required to make this program pay for itself by, according to the state law? Will it
Oh,
give
that's
them
our
any
job.
of this information?
Yes, as part of the information that will be provided to the those who are affected by the rate increase, we will be providing a copy of the rate survey and where Claremont currently ranks, as well as the rate increases that staff is proposing.
Okay, and will it contain anything that indicates that we are running at a deficit?
Yes, there is language that indicates we are an enterprise fund, and because we are an enterprise fund, we are required to operate within our means with our fee generation.
I would also love to have it indicate, and hope it will, that we don't want to raise, I personally don't want to raise these any further than we need to pay for itself. This is not a profit-making enterprise, but I do hope that it will indicate to them that we are raising them only to make it pay for itself and not make any extra bucks.
Also indicate that we have not raised rates for several years.
Yes.
Okay. But we haven't made our decision yet, so.
Question.
Yes, please.
On table 7 of the report, under footnote 1, revenue for multifamily refuge include proposed increase in rate from $13.98 to $18.10 per unit. If we go with option A, table 7 is specifically for option B. If we go to option A, what would be the cost per unit for multifamily refuge collection?
If you stayed with option A, the
Right.
multifamily refuse fee on a per unit basis would be $13.98. There would be no change from the current fee.
And it would not carry itself.
Correct.
Thank you.
No, make sure I understand, Sam, excuse me. So the $13.98 is what the residential, our multifamily residential are paying today?
Correct.